the gaps, y'all. I had to find the gaps in my life, y'all. It was time for me to stop complaining, stop grumbling. Too much of my mind was filled with negative voices. The funny thing was, though, it was my voice. I was being average and only focusing on my problems. I began to study the greats, though. I studied those who achieved massive success. And I found that they focused only on the solutions, not just the problems. I was using my time to whine and complain too much. I'm starting to see my mediocrity, my averageness, if you would. Mediocre people, they say it's their boss's fault or it's their mama's fault. Look, I was guilty of this too, though. I blamed everyone else except myself. I grew up with this mindset, and I ended up kicked out of school, homeless, broken, and, even living on my friend's couch. One day, God woke me up, almost out of a trance, it seemed like. He told me, Warren, look, no one's coming to save you. No one is coming to get you. I really felt him say to me, I have spared you and your physical health. Now go get the life you want. Only you can do it. And not only that, but I chose you specifically for this. This was God speaking to me. Then suddenly I could see it, y'all. I could see what I needed to do so clearly that it made me wonder how I didn't see it before. I was so blinded. I went from a mediocre way of thinking and behaving to taking ownership, finally, in my life. I'm taking back control of my life. Understand this? I'm turning the blame inward and accepting responsibility. My whole life I had ran from this, but now it was clear that I needed to instead lean into it. I was like, yo, Warren, this is your fault. The life that you have right now, you caused this, which meant I could get myself back out of it. Of course, with the help of the Almighty. But this is what you got to watch out for. Friends will try to give you a way out because they love you. They don't want to see you going through this pain. So they would say things like, Warren, it's not your fault. You got a record. You got a criminal record. I mean, you didn't have a lot of guidance growing up. But you got to find a way to push past this. I had to say, listen to me. Look, I tried the blame game before. It never worked for me. I'm not where I want to be in my life. It's time I take ownership of my life. Because look, at the end of the day, this is my life. Nobody else is in charge of where I want to go in life. I have to do it. I have to take back control. I finally reached a point in my mind where I realized it was totally up to me. No one was coming to help. Although it took me till my 30s, it was better late than never. It was time for me to stop crying about it. Go make something happen. I was encouraged to go to college for the first time, and I really believed in myself enough to go. Fortunately for me, I was forced into getting my GED years earlier in a juvenile boot camp. And because of this, I was able to now attend college for the first time. Okay, so now I'm a college student. And I was actually able to go down to the Liberty University campus down in Lynchburg, Virginia. Now, I'll be honest with you, the whole Lynchburg name is a little uncomfortable. But the Southern hospitality thing is a real deal. They take high offense if you don't say hello. Like, you better at least come with a good morning, good afternoon, something. Like, don't think that you're going to get away with just one, too. Like, if you see him again, the same rule applies. So it's just a good area, good time for me. I'm able to, pursue a dream. I'm in college, something that I never thought I'd be able to do. And it's all thanks to just a change in my mindset. I encourage you, continue to promise yourself never to be mediocre. Remind yourself to never settle. You don't have to settle. It's not a thing you have to do. Become committed to taking ownership in your life. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm talking to somebody. And I know this because, look, the experiences I went through, the pain, the loss, I finally saw that we go through these things in order to be a stronger support for our brothers and sisters who are going through those same things. Most places that offer services in the field of long-term recovery usually require some sort of college degree to work there. However, at God's chosen ones, we understand that there is no college class on this planet that can teach someone what it's like to be trapped into substance abuse and dependence. You can only learn that from being in active addiction and having recovered yourself. Those are the only ones that can help others to recover. It's just a fact. It's just a part of treatment and treatment aftercare. If I look to blame someone else, then I'm giving them control over my life. You have to understand that. Let's be very clear. Although it may be easier to blame others, it's only a way to give others the responsibility for finding the solution. For all who have been used and abused, for all who didn't have parents in your life, or whatever the situation was that something bad happened to you, now is the time to stand up and take back control of your life. Stop giving these things power to control you. Things that happen may not be your fault, but it is your solution. Until you let certain things go in your life, you cannot be the best version of yourself. You owe it to yourself to be the full and best version of you. Don't let pride and ego get in the way of who you are meant to be. There will be something that if you don't deal with it and let it go, it will show itself in the most inopportune time. Remember this, those who have achieved massive success are those who have had the strength to let things go, especially those things that do not add value to one's life. Mediocre people hold grudges and become unwound at every little offense. Forgiveness is never easy, but it's a critical part to achieving success. To give you an example of this in my own life, I had thought for sure that my ex would be the one I would grow old with, and I found this not to be true in the worst of ways. She was cheating on me, and when I found out, of course, I was devastated. Now, I was faced with two choices. One, I could let this go, and although it would be super painful, it would free me to seek out the life I truly wanted. Or, number two, I could let this situation destroy not only my present self, but also my future self. We are all faced with the same choice in every situation. According to the God's Chosen One system, we believe that the life you want is a matter of choice. When deciding between greatness and mediocrity, choose greatness because at worst, you can always go back to mediocrity. Let's be very clear. This situation happened to me during times of success. The good times is where you will be tested. Always be in preparation mode because when the monsoons blow in your life, how ready you were will become very evident. Also, keep in mind that you can get past the success in your life. You don't have to settle for where you are at now or what you have now. Continually reach for more. Always look to advance and be better. At the God's Chosen One's transition home, we call this living in the stage of advancement. This applies to addiction treatment aftercare because calling oneself an addict doesn't prove to work on a measurable scale. So we instead look to be in a stage of advancement where one is looking forward instead of at the past. I had to realize what I wanted in life and push towards it. Instead of only selfish aims, I now look to help create a better world for future generations. I focused on leaving some sort of mark in this world. What mark will you leave? I went deeper with my goals and started focusing more on the why instead of just the how. The whys in your life is where you will find inspiration. There is another gear in you that sometimes takes pain to engage, so keep pushing. Through it all, understand this. You can because you are able. You will because you are stronger than you know. And you must because those coming behind you are counting on your success. In my life, it's for the next generations why I grind. I never want them to experience being homeless or in prison. This is my why and my fuel when I get discouraged. Let's be very clear. You can have heroes and mentors, but you are the key. It's your time. It's your time to be an inspiration to others. Your time to take a 2-week vacation and not have to worry about how much it costs. It's our turn to step into greatness. It's our time to take care of our families. It's our time to get manicures and pedicures. Yes, self-care is important for us guys too. Remember that. It doesn't matter if you try and fail. Try again. Some things you will be naturally gifted at. but it's your determination to push forward that will always be the deciding factor. The determination to not give up and not quit. Once you decide to find success, stick with that decision no matter what. Know that adversity is coming. Situations will arise to make you question your desire to continue, but fight on, press forward, because you are one of God's chosen ones, and the dreams you have were given to you because only you can bring them to life. The fact is that no one makes it out of this world alive, so live and live abundantly. Don't play it safe. Take chances and avoid regret, as it will last longer than failure. If you are alive today, it's because you were chosen by the Most High for a specific purpose. Commit to finding your purpose and live it out each day. At God's Chosen Ones, we combine inspiration and motivation as a way to help someone tap into the greatness inside of them. If you or a loved one needs help with a place to go, please contact us at www.godschosenones.org. Thanks for watching.